I'm going to be sharing my personal experience working with children with special needs. Working with children with special needs has taught me to love them, because there is no way you can effectively work with them without actually loving them. Also, it has also taught me patience. With my years of dealing with children who can't express themselves, that in a way on its own naturally taught me how to be calm and understand them before trying to help them. As caregivers, as therapists and professionals, we need to understand these children and be patient with them, because there are some times that you see certain behaviors, you're like, what? And or you're working with children for hours, week in, week out, and you're seeing little or no progress. It can be frustrating. But when you understand them and you love them and you are patient with them, as time goes on, there will be progress. It may not be so much, but the little ones that you're seeing, you will learn to appreciate it, because making progress with children with special needs is not at the same pace as making progress with typical children after engaging them in tasks. So it has really taught me patience, understanding of their conditions, of their specific needs, and then helping them. It has also taught me how to support them, understanding them beyond the condition, knowing their strength and understanding their weaknesses. When you combine these two, you are better positioned to focus more on the strength, not the problems, because most at times we tend to focus our attention on where the problem is. The truth is, there is little or nothing you can actually do to completely stop the problems. But when you focus on building their strength, in that way you see that a better version starts to unfold as you work with the children. Over the years, I've understand that working with them is just beyond just working. Now you have to develop that care. Like, you can see yourself taking the role of a mother. You're making sure that your environment is safe for the child. You're making sure that the child is comfortable, the child is not having a bad day. When the child is about to have temperature, when the child is not their usual self. These are special skills that, as therapists, that I have developed over the years. Like, I know when my students are not their normal self. If they are not, I'm very quick to spot it. I'm like, oh, they're calling the attention of the parents. Okay, this child is running temperature. This child was not his or herself today. Please, could you check? And guess what? Parents may not even observe these things, but I have, developed that instinct to just spot when my students are not their usual self. You can see a child who is usually will tell you no to every task, and the child, you see the child is just unusually quiet. You should know that something is not okay. A child who is very active and the child is now suddenly unusually quiet during your therapy session. Don't assume, oh, the child is now calming down. When you should not be able to spot when the child is not feeling well, or when the child is actually making progress and the restlessness is reduces, because you need to know the difference. You cannot say because the child is always quiet. It could be the child is quiet because the child is not feeling well, or you see a child usually calm, all of a sudden the child is now very active. You need to always report. That's why communication with parents is always very key. Report every observation, positive or negative. Always report, so that the parents are prepared to take care of these children. You are also the eyes of the parents. Yes, you're the eyes of the parent as the therapist working with the children with special needs. You have to be very friendly with these children. Being friendly with them makes them want to work with you. Being friendly with them makes them want to be around you. Being friendly with them makes them want to play with you, because these children, some of them are very sensitive. They know when you actually like them, when you play with them, when you genuinely do things with them. Okay, and being friendly with them does not mean that when you need to be firm, sometimes you should not be firm. So in that way, they understand you. They know when you're firm and when you're playful, so you don't confuse them. And if you're always firm with children with special needs, you're going to lose them. So when you're able to balance it, you're firm. When you're firm, they understand that it's a serious business, and when you're playing, they understand that it's playtime. So my years of experience, I've realized that being friendly with them makes them want to engage and interact with you. So if you're out there, please make sure that you see them first as your friends. play with them. Don't always talk to them with harsh tone. Even if they have the tendency to push a button, make sure you interact nicely with them.